the impartiality and the balance and all the stringent rules so that everybody's taken care of as they should be. In a drug court, it's different. Even the preamble of the Drug Court Act says that what this is about healing people, and it's about making things better. It's not about establishing innocence or guilt, and where all those rules of, everybody's got to act a certain way, and you learn it in law school, and you practice it in regular courts. It's a whole different approach. How I've heard it described to me, and you've heard it described before, is that it's about treatment with teeth, where what we're really trying to do is we're trying to help people. I'm very proud and supportive of the current work that's being done by the Kane County Drug Court. I think that what they're doing right now, it's the largest of its type in the state of Illinois. I think that it's the best also in the state of Illinois. So in no way is anything that's said today meant in any way to take away from the excellent work that they're currently doing. So finally, I'd just like to tell you why we're here tonight. About a year ago, I got a chance to start a presentation. I've served for 15 years now on the Appropriations Committee. I have a finance background, and for 15 years, I've served on the Appropriations Committee, where every agency in the state of Illinois comes to a testifying table, they present their budget, and then we ask questions. For some reason, last year, after only about 8 to 10 minutes of questioning, I was cut off. I had charts that I had brought to talk about the good that's being done in Kane County, and I was cut off by the chairman of the committee. It's a guy named Jeff Schoenberg, Senator Schoenberg from Evanston. I didn't understand at that time. I was a little less patient at that point. I went over to him after the session was over, and we had some pretty harsh words. But the resolution after that was that we were going to have a special hearing with the Judicial Inquiry Board. They were going to come, and I would be able to invite people who wanted to take the trip all the way to Springfield to give their testimony, give their point of view on what had occurred in the drug court. That never took place. I'd ask every month or so, every 2 months, and no special hearing ever took place. So when I came into the committee meeting about 3 weeks ago, Appropriations Committee meeting, I asked Jeff, I want to complete the line of questioning. The JIB, the Judicial Inquiry Board, is back again for a chunk of hundreds of thousands of dollars of our money. And it is my job, representing you, to make sure that that money is well used and that it doesn't end up hurting us rather than what we intend to have it help us. Well, he said, those questions will be out of order. I said, no, Jeff, I'm going to speak today in the meeting. And he says, no. He said, you promised me a year ago that we were going to have a special hearing, and that fell through. Well, he said that the President of the Senate decided that that wouldn't be appropriate. Well, I mean, most of the people in this room know me. I went over to the President of the Senate later on that day and asked him, hey, what's the story on, why I wouldn't get a chance to speak to a fellow named Senator Emil Jones. And Emil Jones looked at me and goes, Chris, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say that, I don't know what you're talking about. So, what I asked that day is for 6 minutes, just 6 minutes, to describe my dissatisfaction and the dissatisfaction of 1,000 people who felt that they signed, over 1,000 people signed petitions to reprimand the Judicial Inquiry Board, both for the approach that they were taking in destroying something that we valued, and also for stonewalling us. You would think that if they're using our money, and they make some kind of case public, that if you're going to make it public, then you ought to tell us how much of our money you're spending on that process. They wouldn't say, they wouldn't tell us. And again, it's not their money, it's our money. I think that when that type of work is being done, that not only do any of us as individual citizens, have the right to speak in this society. I think that when you represent the collective voice of 212,000 of those people, that when somebody says that you can't have 6 minutes, I say, them's fighting words, and you gotta push back. So, we didn't get 6 minutes there. I've been in conversation every time I see Jeff Schoenberg. You know, it's getting harder and harder because it's now at the point that I believe that he should be ashamed of his conduct, his leadership. I thought that it'd be very important that we give this room full of people a chance to talk about how they feel about the King County Drug Court, about Jim Doyle, about the Judicial Inquiry Board.
My name is Virginia True, for those of you who don't know me. And I joined the drug court in 2004. Approximately wearing like 110 pounds or so. While I was in drug court, I went through my treatment and then I registered for school. And I received my associate's degree in December of 2006. I'm going to school to be an addictions counselor. And before I can go any further, I just want to say how much I thank Judge Doyle for what he's done for me. I can't even begin to talk about the gratitude that I have for him. You know, he would be at the court early in the morning if we needed him, late at night. Whenever we needed him, he was there. And he was more like, he was a judge, but he was, you could say, a father figure. He was just everything that some of us addicts needed to get through the day. And that saying as far as treatment with teeth, that's what it was. But that's what I needed. And I'm very grateful for that. Had he not been the judge of drug court at that time, I probably would be either in prison or dead right now, because I've seen how it's been through, and it's still a good, drug court is still good, but I've seen how it is now, and it's like easy to get out of, you know, and just, it's easier to get through and continue to do what you want to do. And being a part of drug court was, you make a commitment to yourself, to all the drug court faculty, the staff, and you just, as long as you stick with it, you know, they were there. If you had a problem, you needed somebody to talk to, they were there, whether it was night or day. I could call Alicia, I could call Randy, I could run up into the courtroom whenever, and he had time to talk to me, and that's what I needed. And I'm just so grateful that I had a chance to experience that, and that he was there to help me get my life on track, because now I'm a good mother to my kids. I have beautiful kids. I'm a good mother to a good daughter to my mother, and I'm just grateful. And I just don't know what else I could say, but that I really, really appreciate him. And I love that man for what he has done for me in my life.